Welcome to Shares from the American College of Financial Services. Here's a look at what we'll be sharing with you today.
We have a great vantage point that spans the profession. We're not limited to one line of business or one business model or one segment of clients. We serve the whole profession, and we can help you get a view on the whole profession. You know what, to me, that's really exciting.
You can see now this interconnection within our educational and impact platform. These are our ways of developing and fortifying our pipeline for aspiring and new professionals. I'm Jared Trexler, Chief Marketing and Strategy Officer here at the American College of Financial Services. 2025 has been an eventful year at the college, marked by several powerful milestones focused on you, how we educate you, help you deliver exceptional client service, and differentiate you and your business. We officially launched our newest designation program, the Tax Planning Certified Professional. We redefined an industry event with our inaugural Horizons Retirement Planning Conference, an epic experience. We hosted a first-of-its-kind in-person certificate program focused on the complexities of donor-advised funds. We reimagined our Master's in Financial Planning degree program with a Choose Your Path certificate-based curriculum, giving you options from leadership and behavioral psychology to advanced retirement and high net worth planning strategies. And most recently, we began a first-ever consumer awareness and engagement campaign that's informing the public about the value of specialized planning knowledge and the importance of partnering with a college-educated advisor. We'll spend some time reflecting on what was, but our president and CEO, George Nichols III, is keenly focused on what's to come. So George, thanks for joining me here on campus in studio today for really what's become a Shares staple, checking in on the college's lifelong learning platform and letting our students and partners know what's next. So George, welcome back to Shares.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for sharing the highlights of the year. Wow, thinking back to when I joined the college, if you had told me we would accomplish all that in a 5-year period, that would have seemed impressive. But the fact that all of those milestones took place this year alone, that's remarkable. Of course, some of them were years in the making. So I want to start by recognizing everyone who was involved in the many big initiatives we accomplished in 2025.
And they certainly were big. So let's start here. Let's talk about reviewing 2025. We all the time here at the college in our internal meetings talk about this disconnect, right, between the services clients expect, what they actually receive from their financial professionals. We call this the advisor knowledge gap. We also know advisors need to offer more and more solutions to justify their fees, grow their business organically over time. To us, the solution is a mix of both e-learning, professional designation and certificate programs, and these in-person experiences like our retirement conference, the tax program, designation program. We're going deeper than foundational financial planning, which in many ways has become table stakes in the industry today. How would you talk about these initiatives in totality from 2025?
You know, Jared, I would characterize each one of the initiatives you just named as really mission-driven innovation. They're not new for the sake of new, as you see in some organizations where there's always a shiny object, which may or may not actually be very different from existing lineup. Rather, they're thoughtful, strategic additions in service to the college's mission. Yes, each one is innovative. They certainly shine in the sense of standing out from other programs, both internally and competitively. But more importantly, we did our due diligence to ensure each initiative was delivered to uplift the profession and benefit society. Now, TPCP designation helps deliver on our promise to stay ahead of the advice movement. With a growing population of clients requesting tax planning services and a large number of advisors readily admitting that it's been a knowledge gap for them, it was a data-informed decision for us to support tax planning as a specialization. The Horizons experience is completely aligned to our retirement strategy. See, I can't think of any single topic that has greater potential to benefit our society than helping financial professionals deepen their expertise in retirement income planning. And it's validating to see the industry embrace Horizons as a top conference right away. I see that as evidence of the fact that we're meeting a real need both among advisors and consumers. And the innovation within the master's program is really about how individuals learn. We have deep knowledge of what works best for our students and alumni, based on an end of course surveys and other data. The fact that we encourage the student to choose their own path is really the essence of our philosophy around specialization. And indeed, advanced degrees ought to reflect advanced knowledge in a specific area of interest. It's also worth noting, in the age of AI, that behavioral psychology content reflects the value of the advisor on a human level, in terms of building relationships, supporting decision making, and inspiring confidence in their clients.
Yeah, George, you really took us on that journey through all the breadth of what we achieved in 2025, but we don't believe inherently at the college, if we build it, they will come. These were data-informed decisions, and they have really driven success and growth for the college connected to our mission. We've seen significant adoption of the TPCP program, especially among independent advisors. Horizon sold out a full month before its inaugural event, and we've collected some hardware, as you see back there already. We saw success in the first donor advised fund certificate program, over 200 attendees. The embrace and the positive accolades from the 4 largest donor advised funds after that event. If you look at those things we just talked about, Horizons, the DAF certificate, TPCP, those weren't one-time shots in the pan. How do you think these will mature over time?
Well, first of all, I'm excited about the growth in all 3, and that was actually part of the plan. From the moment we launch something new, we commit to continuous improvement. For the TPCP, I can see a new standard in the profession as the consumer demand for tax planning continues. Right now, the TPCP is in an area of specialized knowledge. I can see maybe 10, 15 years from now, perhaps becoming table stakes, foundational knowledge that all advisors will want to have alongside their CFP or CHFC. Horizons is a good thing that will only get better, but it may surprise some folks to hear the maturation of that event and its growing popularity won't result in a bigger conference. We're keeping that experience intentionally intimate, meaning it's never going to be thousands of advisors in a giant exhibit hall. I can see more refined specialization within the specialization, meaning since the entire conference is all about retirement, let's go deeper on key elements, such as tax planning as it relates to retirement income. We heard the feedback that the expertise and the knowledge of the thought leadership was incomparable to anything else in the industry. And let's take that as a challenge to get the best speakers year after year. Now, as the DAF program was also very well received when it was in person, but that in-person model is unique when you look at our catalog of designation and certification programs, all of which are e-learning programs. So we're planning to develop a virtual option that will only increase its reach and impact on the philanthropic planning ecosystem. I can see that becoming a new standard for professionals as DAF organizations, family foundations, and nonprofit professionals. We also know financial advisors are very interested in DAFs, and virtual e-learning will give them that opportunity to specialize as well.
So let's pivot to 2026. It is the 20th anniversary of our conference for African American financial professionals. Looking back, what are you most proud of, and how can we enhance the experience for everyone in our 20th year?
I am most proud of the CAFP's relevance with the next generation. Our students and scholars are some of the brightest, most talented individuals of their age group, and they come away from that event with greater enthusiasm and a greater sense of purpose in joining financial services. Not to mention us later career folks learn a lot from them because they understand today's consumers better than anyone. The students are the future of the profession, and we know it's going to be a more diverse industry within the next 5 to 10 years, a relatively short period of time. As we continue to support the industry's growth, inclusion, and representation, we can enhance the career experience by supporting greater awareness about the industry up front. So these young people are set for success. And then through programs along the way like the Executive Leadership Program, we'll be able to support talented professionals throughout the pipeline, up to the most senior roles. That's our commitment. as their lifelong learning partner, not only in terms of helping them learn key knowledge areas, but also in terms of learning the industry. CAFP has been a great opportunity to connect people of all ages who are what I'd call students of the business. We have students of the business who are women, job transitioners, those in the military community, and many others from different backgrounds. So we've learned a lot from CAFP. And this year, we've had more CAFP attendees than ever raise their hands and take an interest in enrolling in the college designation programs. So that's the ultimate proof that every in-person event we host is part of the learning journey and not just a one-off gathering. Although I will say the white party is a great party.
It is a great party, and it's a great party in part through partnerships. Really good transition. Partnerships are a big part of the college's strategy. In late 2025, in fact, as we're filming this just last week, we launched an announcement of a partnership with Achievable. Achievable is a series licensing exam prep provider that approaches their programs with quality and tech first. So why is this partnership so powerful, and how does it help us?
Well, it really comes back to that lifelong learning journey. If we want to be partners on the lifelong learning journey, and we already support professionals in the middle and latter end of their careers, that is, with deep knowledge and specialized expertise for experienced professionals, then we must also support the early end too. For those who are newer to the industry, for most financial professionals, a FINRA Series license is their earliest learning milestone within the profession. And it's a major career achievement, which is why I love the name Achievable. Our decision to partner with Achievable flows from our commitment to be the professional's lifelong learning partner. From deciding to study and sit for a FINRA exam, from one series to the next, and from the first designation to the last, financial professionals can be confident we will partner with whoever, wherever, to improve their learning experience and their ability to benefit society.
That's just one example of partnership on the aspiring to new professional side. We also have another example of partnership coming in 2026, and that is our partnership with the National Association of Registered Social Security Analysts. Say that a few times fast. Social Security is a big topic. How are we, George, adding another program on retirement planning to our platform?
You know, deep knowledge of retirement income strategies, meaning a focus on decumulation, is important for today's advisors because it's essential for today's consumer. With a record number of 65-year-olds this year, myself included, a massive population is approaching the decumulation phase of life. They're coming to their advisors saying, okay, I've saved X, how can I do Y? We'll take any opportunity to help advisors serve them better. And one of the fastest ways to do it is with an existing high-quality program like the RSSA designation. We ask ourselves, why reinvent the wheel when advisors need to get rolling right now? You've heard the phrase, if you want to go faster, go alone. If you want to go further, go together, right? Well, partnerships defies logic. We can go fast and far with the right partners. Adding another retirement program to our platform is both a strategic and a mission-driven move to benefit society. See, I'm proud of the fact that we can bring something of value to our students and alumni and do so in a way that is cost-effective for them. If this means more advisors are more confident and more capable of giving the right advice at the right time, then that's a win for everyone.
Yeah, George, really great point as we talk about our partnership strategy. All of these things that we discussed are tied together. As we've talked in past Shares episodes, the college has 3 strategic focus areas: specialization, retirement, and representation. They do not live in silos. They are deeply interconnected to make up our educational and impact platform. Speaking of representation, and you mentioned before the need for greater awareness for aspiring and new professionals in the industry, in 2026, the college will roll out a micro course, Pursue. Can you give us your perspective on how this micro course will help bring broader awareness and greater alignment to all the career options available?
Sure. Again, let me go back to this whole lifelong learning journey. The early, middle, and later career stages, what could be earlier than the first job in the industry? The awareness issue arises because many new hires don't know what they don't know. And they don't learn until they're a few months or even years into the job. What Pursue will do is reach those newcomers, whether it's their first career or perhaps they're coming to a financial service from another career, and we'll help them get the lay of the land. The premise is if you can know more about the job options available and the various considerations, such as how you'll be paid, what opportunities exist for career growth, how the business model works, then you'll have a better probability of selecting a good fit. You know, I was surprised and very excited to see that finance is the #1 industry, the top career choice for Gen Z, according to the study of the CFA Institute. And we know anecdotally that it's also a great second career for other generations. So the good news is we're attracting a lot of people. Now, where we need to focus our efforts next will be helping them find the right spot within a very broad, very complex industry. That's what Pursue will offer. And I think the college is uniquely capable of offering it because we have a great vantage point that spans the profession. We're not limited to one line of business or one business model or one segment of clients. We serve the whole profession, and we can help you get a view on the whole profession. You know what, to me, that's really exciting.
And hopefully to all of our viewers or listeners out there, you can see now this interconnection within our educational and impact platform, the partnership with Achievable, what George just talked about with Pursue. These are our ways of developing and fortifying our pipeline for aspiring and new professionals. So George, I have to ask, what other knowledge gaps remain in the industry today? What's next for the college?
Well, Jared, I am glad you asked, even though I get nervous when I have to say this because everybody at the college is working so hard. But you know, when you think about lifelong learning, it applies to the college too. We call it continuous improvement, but that's really the same thing. The college is made up of faculty and professional staff who are dedicated their careers to learning what consumers want from advisors and what advisors will need to know to stay ahead of the curve. That's how we've continued to innovate throughout the college's nearly 100-year history. And that's what you can expect as we approach our second century of excellence. Some of the areas we're tracking fit under the umbrella I would call advanced planning. This includes areas such as philanthropic planning, special needs planning, longevity and long-term care planning. We're seeing a real appetite for knowledge in all these areas. And I can't imagine a conversation about the future that doesn't involve the hot topic of how will AI affect the profession. We have professors who are fast becoming specialists in this area, and their expertise is in demand. Plus, we can offer expert perspectives on the ethical questions that may arise with the use of AI. I can't tell you everything we might do in 2026 and beyond, but I can tell you this. We will continue to be mission-driven and data-informed as we explore and innovate. We'll always come back to what's going to help fill the knowledge gaps to lift the profession and benefit society. And we'll offer expertise for every stage of a professional's career and every stage of the client's life cycle.
Expertise for every stage. Remember that phrase as we move into 2026 and the college marches towards its centennial. That's all the time we have for this podcast, but George, it's been a pleasure as always to talk with you. We appreciate your time and thank you for sharing your vision with us.
Thank you, Jared, and I want to thank everyone across the college community. That includes our students, our alumni, our partners, friends. We are stronger together.
That's all for now, but you can find all our episodes on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and most other streaming services. Be sure to like us, follow us, and leave us a rating and review. Shares is a production of the American College of Financial Services, and we hope you join us next time